Say hello to the bad guy, Scott Hall, and I've got a scoop for you. And we all know there's a lot of podcasts out there, and I encourage you to check out this one. It's called Going In Raw. You heard it here first. Going In Raw.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw News Brief.
News Brief.
Yeah. Anyways, it's Monday. Hold on a second. Before we get started with today's news brief, as you can see down below, it says to support Going In Raw, go to patreon.com/Stephen Larson. We've got all sorts of great stuff over there. We got a bunch of reward tiers. We got
Hey,
bonus
hold on.
episodes.
What do you do? You asking someone to pay our bills for us? What are you doing there?
Don't segue yet, Larson. Don't segue yet. Because I've got a very special thing, and it's for everybody, not just for our wonderful patrons, but it's on the Patreon right now for the entire public, free of charge.
There you go.
I did a new coloring book page, and I'm very proud of this one, and it's up available. I haven't even
seen this yet.
If you're at work, if you're at home, wherever you are, if you have some crayons, some of your kids' crayons or whatever, you can do this. And then here we go. Look at this.
Yeah, that's good.
I've got my tiger here in my pool.
Well, here's the thing: is coloring can be very therapeutic. It takes the mind off things. Very relaxing, especially in these trying times.
So there's the Undertaker with
the opportunity we have to relax is well worth it.
Trying to get, hold on a second. See, there's the Undertaker trying to get, oh, look at that face right there. He's got his friend the Tiger. So you can print this out right now. It's at patreon.com/Stephen Larson, and then color it, tweet at us, or Instagram at us, and then we'll put you on our Instagram, or we'll retweet your tweet, and everybody has a lot of fun. We're all staying at home. Figure it's something for you guys to do.
There you go.
Anyways, that's on our Patreon, and now you can segue.
A giveaway?
Yeah.
Whoever has best page submitted, we can give them something. I don't know what yet.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
There you go. Giveaway. Just made a giveaway.
Yeah, it's a giveaway.
Anyway, Steve, get back to you asking for other people to pay our bills. So that was talk of the wrestling world over the weekend. It all started with the Dark Order's Evil Uno. So we took to Twitter to do a good thing. Late last week, posted the following quote: "In the wake of all these cancellations, support the independents, be it wrestling, music, etc. Buy their merch, support them through Patreon, share their stuff. The gig economy is going to take a huge hit, and many don't have the safety net necessary to survive this." So that post started getting through the grapevine and apparently made its way in front of Braun Strowman.
Yeah, so the way I understand it, because he has deleted this stuff, so it's hard to source back what he was actually responding to. From what I saw on Twitter anyways, multiple different people said that it was in response to somebody having taken a screenshot of this Evil Uno quote and putting it on their Instagram. And so his response was this: "Here we go with more of the somebody pay for my bill stuff. If you can't afford to pay your bills, maybe you should change professions. That's why I quit strongman. I loved it, but I couldn't afford to live. So instead of making a GoFundMe or a Patreon wanting someone else to take care of me, I went out and worked harder than I ever have in my life to get to where I am. What happened to being accountable for your own actions?" He continues. "And for anyone that goes, that's easy for you to say, you're a WWE superstar. Just an FYI, 7 years ago, I moved to Florida with everything I owned in a Kia Soul with $150 to my name when I started this." Wow. So it sort of, obviously the wrestling community wasn't too keen on all this business.
No.
Because, and apparently, and I didn't know this, I hadn't heard this. Had you heard this? That John Moxley had been anonymously.
Yeah. Meltzer talked about it.
Donating to indie wrestlers to help them out.
Yeah.
So you get one guy and you get another. You got one guy who actually went through the indie ranks. And
knows what it's all about and actually tried to help these talents.
Exactly, and understands this stuff. He also said on Twitter, in response to some of these comments, he says, where the hell did I say? So somebody said here, this is Suplex Ranger, said that whole just stop being poor stuff was pretty narrow-sighted, my guy. Maybe be more mindful of what you say. He says, where the hell did I say stop being poor? Lol. I said sometimes in life you have to change what is important to you is all. Never took a dig at being poor. Life's tough. I know we've all been through crap. He also said something, let's see here. I want to see. Oh, okay, here we go. Here we go. He says, in response to Twitter user Tosh311, he said, she said, She says, let's say half the current WWE roster you took your advice years ago. We wouldn't have the stars we have now. The success rate of the industry is not that high, but the passion is through the roof. Let people dream and do what they need to do to achieve it. He responded, not saying don't dream at all. Everyone is taking this so far out of context. At this point, he kind of realized that, the S had hit the fan.
Yeah.
It's simple sometimes. He said, it's this simple. Sometimes you have to change your dreams. Trust me, I know it's a hard pill to swallow, but twice in my life I've given up what I loved because I couldn't survive doing it. That's all. David Bixenspen had a response to that, to Braun. And he says, out of context how? A screenshot of your comments in context as a reply to some weird troll account posting a screenshot of Uno's tweet, which you took out of context by framing it as someone begging for money when he was asking fans with the means to pay for their favorites' wares. So, yeah, I don't know where Braun gets off being the guy to tell people exactly when it's okay to dream and not to dream, when to change their dream.
Well, it's not even exactly the whole thing. You know, given the current situation, if worse comes worse, and you can't support yourself, obviously by selling merchandise or whatever other crowdsourcing or crowdfunding outlet you choose to use, if you choose to go that way, and you have to get another job, it's not like you can't wrestle ever again.
Yeah.
You know, it's like Corey Graves' brother, Sam Adonis. That's Corey Graves' brother, right?
Yeah, that sounds right.
He posted a thing on Twitter, and he just said, attention wrestlers, you're out of work until shows resume. Amazon is hiring drivers. A picture of him in an Amazon delivery truck.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, like, hey, it's $18 an hour. Easy way to get by until we get back to normal.
Oh, they're making $18 an hour? That's actually not bad.
That's not bad money, I know.
Yeah.
So part of me feels like this is what Braun was trying to do, was what Sam Adonis did. It's just two different tones where Sam Adonis like, hey guys, you can do this.
Mm-hmm.
This is what it could do for you until things get back to normal. Braun, I think maybe he just took the entirely, I hope, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt here, took a horrible tone with his comments and was trying to say, hey, stuff isn't going great right now. There's other options for you to get by until things maybe pick up. But his tone, his way of putting things was just going to cause a backlash, because it wasn't as if, hey, for those struggling economically, here's some other options for you until shows are scheduled again. It was, oh, look at everybody complaining about not having money when people pay their bills. Sometimes you can't follow your dreams. You have to change your dreams. It's just not really the point right now, you know? This isn't like a banning of wrestling nationwide for the rest of eternity. People literally have to change professions because it's forced upon them long term. This is something that's happened society wide, that we're all making sacrifices, hopefully for the benefit of all, in the long term, and things are being put on hiatus. Things aren't being canceled permanently. This is a hiatus.
Look, man, I can only speculate based on the evidence I have, and it just kind of feels like this is something that's been percolating with Braun, and then this opportunity, which saw a lot of people down on their luck because all these shows are being canceled. He took the opportunity to sort of say, you know, the approach that, Patreon asking people to buy their merch is a form of begging. And he's the kind of guy, well, I do it all myself. Here's the thing, man, that nobody does it by themselves. Everybody catches a break. Everybody gets support. If you succeed, nobody does it all on their own.
No.
Everybody has support systems of varying degrees. And if you have the kind of audience that can be your support system to help you through times like this, then who is it? Why is Braun Strowman saying don't utilize your support system? And especially like the point you're making is, especially right now when when this is an incredibly abnormal situation.
Yes.
Which, God willing, will be resolved hopefully sooner than later.
Yes.
So,
but the circumstances are such that it could go for a while too.
Sure.
Which is all the more reason that it's important to reach out to support systems.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, nobody's saying, I don't know. I just don't think it's on Braun. And I understand what he's saying. It's like, hey, dude, I've been there too. Like I tried to do comic books for 5 years. For 5 years. Yeah, 2004 to like 2009. And then eventually I was just like, oh man, screw this, I'm out. Yeah. But if Patreon was around back then, I would have tried to do that stuff. I would have absolutely tried Kickstarter and Patreon, all that kind of stuff back then. I mean, you and I, after we got laid off from Machinima, we tried making this a gaming channel until we realized that ain't going to work. And then we're like, well, what do we really like?
Sorry.
Wrestling.
And then and then even then it was more than a year after getting laid off. They were like, all right, let's give this Patreon thing a try. It wasn't like we dove right into that. For us, it took, I don't know, it took a lot of thought before taking that step too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know it's not the right thing to say, and it's definitely not the right tone.
Because he doesn't say anything in there
right
he doesn't say anything in there about, hey, these are unusual circumstances. It's just, it's just, oh, here we go again. Didn't he say, here we go again? Here we go with more of the somebody pay for my bill stuff. So his thought process predates this.
Yeah.
So he was just waiting for the opportunity to talk crap about indie wrestlers. And then he went on a blocking spree on Twitter. Poor JD got blocked by Braun. Garbage. So yeah, I don't know, man.
I don't know. It's everybody to varying levels are making sacrifices or being forced to make sacrifices right now. It'd be cool if, we were all kind of working towards the same goal and being supportive of each other instead of, talking trash.
Today on our Friendo Club TV, let's power rank reasons why Braun has a stick up his ass. Number 1, he lost his celebrity role to Baron Corbin this year. Seemingly. Number 2, let's wait. We'll keep it for post show.
Yeah.
For the patrons, for all patrons. But of course, before we continue, here's a word from the sponsor of today's show, Hims. Larson, I've got a question for you.
All right.
Hold on. I want you to think long and hard about it, okay?
All right.
What's a common issue facing men that they don't always want to talk about?
I believe you're referring to ED, Steve. And did you know that 40% of men struggle with ED by the time they reach 40? And why do guys try odd solutions or do nothing at all when they turn to medicine, science? Check out Hims and you can discover the tiny pill deserving of a huge celebration.
Wow. Yeah, thanks to science, ED can be optional. Hims connects you with real licensed doctors and FDA-approved products to treat ED. We're talking prescription solutions backed by science, and it's more affordable.
With Hims, you can stop worrying about awkward in-person doctor visits or painful injections.
Ow.
With Hims, all you have to do is answer a few questions about your medical history, then have a confidential chat with a doctor to review your responses. Upon doctor approval, products are shipped directly to your door. You don't have to go anywhere.
That's right. Try Hims today by starting out with a free online visit. Go to forhims.com/GIR5. That's FORHIMS.com/GIR and the number 5. forhims.com/GIR5. Prescription products are subject to doctor's approval and require an online consultation with a physician who will determine if a prescription is appropriate.
See website for full details and safety information. This could cost hundreds if you went in person to the doctor's office or pharmacy. Remember, that's forhims.com/GIR5.
All right. So yeah, don't be bitter about ED like WWE might be bitter at CM Punk.
Oh, listen to that segue.
No, this is interesting,
Wow.
dude. According to Dave Meltzer on the Wrestling Observer Radio, WWE apparently has zero interest bringing Punk back to a wrestling ring. Here's what Dave had to say, and these transcripts are from Sportskeeda. Larson, do you want to give us your best Dave Meltzer impression?
Oh, man, you're asking the wrong guy for that.
Maybe just read the quote then.
All right, fine. I could do it as Alvarez try to do Dave Meltzer. I mean, no, I can't. Quote, I do know that WWE is pretty negative on the idea of Punk wrestling, more than I thought they would be, but they are. I think the idea is that between Bill Goldberg and Edge, and The Undertaker and people like that, they've gotten their fair share of guys like that, and there's a lot of bitterness. Apparently, there's a lot more bitterness on the WWE side than Punk's side. I would have thought it'd be the other way around.
Yeah, me too. To be honest with you, I'd have figured, dude, all the people that have tried to screw over Vince, and he's brought them back. And CM Punk, all his beef was, hey, I'm in pain. I hurt a lot. I've got a misdiagnosed staph infection. Can I get some time off? No, I'm fired on my wedding day. Okay.
I wonder if there's a certain amount of vindication for Punk in terms of winning that lawsuit too. Granted, he lost a ton of money and his best friend in the process, but knowing that at least in the legal sense, what he couldn't be held liable for anything he said in that podcast. Because I guess there was no basis or proof that he was telling any sort of mistruths, a certain amount of vindication. So maybe in his mind, it's like, all right, I've been vindicated in court of law. I've said my piece on Art of Wrestling. I've released the bitterness and resentment I've been holding within. I went and tried this other thing. I got beat up a lot. I'm ready to move on with my life.
Given the amount of bitterness, so I'm if this is true, I'm kind of surprised that WWE would have given the okay for backstage. Because, I mean, I kind of feel like they would have, if they had, like, objections to that, they would have been like, no, we don't want that on there.
Yeah, maybe, but I guess maybe at the same time they realize that Punk is still a pretty huge name that can maybe draw some eyeballs. And if Fox was really the situation where they were pushing it, that might have been enough for them to be like, all right,
yeah,
you'll twist our arm, but we're not excited about this, but all right, we'll do it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We have an update on pre-taped. Yeah, so that, I mean, I still think he's probably going to do Wrestle Kingdom then.
Who, Punk?
Probably not. Yeah, probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah. That'd be cool, though. That'd be cool.
Oh, it'd be awesome
if
Will Ospreay can get him into New Japan Pro Wrestling, but don't get your hopes up, Steve.
That'd be pretty rad. My hopes are always up.
Don't get your hopes up for live WrestleMania either. PW Insider is reporting that WWE has the following schedule for taping shows. They started over this weekend, continue throughout this week. Schedule is as follows. So, of course, Saturday, they did apparently SmackDown for March 27th and April 3rd.
Okay.
Sunday, yesterday, they were taping content for future NXT episodes.
Are there going to be actual matches, or are these just going to be a bunch of talking, a bunch of interviews?
I think the idea is that there's going to be actual matches.
Nice.
Today, Monday, tomorrow, Tuesday, they're taping Raw. Of course, the one tape today is for today, and then Tuesday is for the following week. And then Wednesday and Thursday, apparently, they're taping WrestleMania 36.
So do you think they're going to be doing multiple endings for each match? Because leak.
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised.
Man, if this stuff starts leaking, I'll be so bummed out.
We won't be able to do predictions.
We will be able to do predictions. We'll just use the leaking information.
All right.
Just go well, let's see. According to this guy, Meanwhile, Meltzer also
scores across the board. Oh, there's one more thing from WWE Insider. WWE is also scheduled to tape material for WrestleMania at other closed sets. There may be additional taping dates beyond what is shot at the Performance Center. Mm-hmm. This is just what's going down at the Performance Center.
Yeah, and then he also mentioned on Wrestling Observer Radio that Sunday's NXT taping went down at the NXT Arena at Full Sail University. Full Sail's been closed since March 13th, and the school stated that group events would be banned on campus till the end of April.
And there is a Twitter user, sorry, I don't have the name in front of me, that took some pictures of some production trucks outside of Full Sail.
It's like all hands on deck. Apparently these tapings have been lengthy. They get there early in the morning, they don't leave till late at night. Mm-hmm. So they'll have plenty of stuff, because who knows what'll happen in the middle of April, man. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah,
I don't know. We got some more cancellations, postponements for shows. New Japan announced today that, quote, acting under the latest recommendation laid out by the Japanese Ministry of Health, New Japan Pro Wrestling has arrived at the decision to cancel Sakura Genesis, which is scheduled to take place Tuesday, March 31st, and the Road to Dontaku event that was scheduled to take place on April 11th. Mm-hmm. So that's a bummer. AEW has postponed 4 more shows. They are April 22nd, Philadelphia, April 29th in Houston, May 6th in New Orleans, and May 13th in Albuquerque. AEW has announced that all shows for the foreseeable future will be taking place on closed sets, and all those postponed shows have been rescheduled for later in the year. But you got to think, with the May 13th episode of Dynamite being postponed, that's only 2 weeks out of Double or Nothing 2. That's got to put Double or Nothing 2 in doubt, at least live from MGM Grand Arena.
I think the bigger thing would be MGM and what their obviously it's going to be what the government and how this virus thing is going down. But if MGM, who has said they want to open mid-May or early May, I would think it all depend on what the attitude is in terms of gatherings at that point would be. I mean, if I have no doubt that if the venue is available on that day, they will figure out a way to just do Double or Nothing. How about that? They might do Blood and Guts at Double or Nothing too.
They could.
How about that card that's shaping up for AEW this week?
Yeah,
I kind of
pretty
like
solid,
this,
man.
but Sammy Guevara versus Kenny Omega and Jimmy Havoc versus Cody Rhodes.
It's not just Kenny versus Sammy. It's Kenny versus Sammy for the Mega Championship.
I didn't know that. Wow, that's cool. That's really cool, man.
Yeah, it's a good looking card.
That's gonna be a hell. I was like, man, I'm looking forward to Blood and Guts, but I kind of like this better. This is great.
No, it looks really good. It looks
does
really
look
good.
Really good. Absolutely. Anyways, on today's audio version of Going In Raw, we have Mailbag, where we answer your questions submitted via Twitter. Let's try to get this episode on YouTube up to just 500 likes. Let's do
Sure.
500 likes is good. But please hit that like button. It really goes a long way towards helping Going In Raw. Hit it an odd number of times, or just once. Just once is fine. Just once is fine. We've got a brand new 10
one is an
for
odd
the
number
win.
too, you know.
We got a brand new 10 for the win that just went up yesterday. Top 10 most controversial wrestling personalities. Maybe I'll give away some of these fake tattoos.
Correct.
Some of these for the Undertaker. Look at my
There you
tiger
go.
down the river stitching. Oh, look at me. All right, anyways, that's it for the show. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Appreciate it. Till next time, talk to you later.
Goodbye.